This is the Global Economic Commodities Scrap Metal and Recycling Report by our Bentley roll-off trailer and gondola trailer, April 12, 2021. U.S. weekly crude steel production rose to 1.766 million tons. There was a 77.9% steel mill utilization rate as supply constraints continue to bring higher steel prices. WTI crude price fell to $59.32 a barrel on oversupply concerns due to increased oil output and demand concerns on the slow vaccine rollout in Europe. The U.S. oil rig count was steady at 337, down 79% from 2014's high on a slow increase in demand. Also, there is technology for allowing more oil from each rig. Scrap steel number 1, HMS, fell to about $390 a gross ton on very good supply and a small increase in demand. Hot rolled coil steel rose to $67.20 per hundredweight, yet another record high, up about 30% in 2021. This is caused by a slow increase in demand and constrained supply. Copper price rose to $4.05 a pound on good Chinese demand. Also on tighter supplies as production is declining in the number one global producer, which is Chile, due to COVID. Aluminum price rose to $1.02 a pound, a multi-year high on the Chinese building inventory and on good demand in automotive and construction. China's March Caxin Composite PMI Economic Index rose to 53.1, the highest since last December. This was on a sharp rise in services with a slower rise in manufacturing. Prices rose sharply and confidence was at an 8-month high. Canada's March unemployment rate fell to 7.5%, the lowest since last February. COVID restrictions have been tightened, which could hurt future data. The U.S. February trade deficit widened to $70.5 billion, the biggest trade deficit on record. The goods deficit widened while services shrank. The deficit widened with China and Canada, but narrowed with Mexico. U.S. March producer prices rose 4.2% versus March 2020, the fastest rise since 2011. Energy jumped 5.9%, with gasoline up 8.8% from February. The U.S. IBD TIPP April Consumer Economic Confidence Index rose 1.8 to 56.4. This was a new high since February 2020, pre-COVID. The 6-month outlook increased and people were positive about federal policies. But feelings about personal finances edged down. U.S. IHS March Purchasing Managers Economic Index was revised higher to 59.7, the fastest upturn since August 2014. The services sector growth accelerated as manufacturing slowed. Price pressures remained elevated as the outlook was robust. Wall Street's Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 648 points to 33,801, a record high on positive vaccine news and a stimulus-supported economy. A concern, though, is the producer prices that rose the most in 9.5 years. Save $150,000, really. Buy a super mini roll-off trailer versus a roll-off truck. This roll-off truck replacement trailer is for sale at Ben Lee and for rent at Premier Truck Sales and Rental. When put behind a day cab, it's only 12 inches longer than a roll-off truck. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions, and we hope all have a safe and profitable week.